we go. No error that time. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Oh, my goodness. That's what I'm talking about, folks. I wasn't sure. All week, it's been crazy. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I was just telling Albert in the back. Albert's in the green. Where's my finger? Right there. Albert's in the green room. I was like, I'm not sure, Albert. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. But it looks like it worked, so I'm excited. So get on up in here. We got an amazing show today. It's going to be incredible.
Good morning. How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, October 30th. All Hallows Eve, 2020. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, October 30th, 2020. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I mean the absolute most of an absolutely incredible day that we all have ahead of us. My name, it was like I was skipping for a second there. It's like a record that was skipping. My name is Glenn Lundy. I am your host here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I am also the creator, the founder of the hashtag Rise and Grind group right here on Facebook, a place where you can find motivation, education, and inspiration. And you're not going to find any of that other stuff that you're finding everywhere else right now. It's crazy, right? Can't avoid that stuff. So if you're not a part of our group, please do me a favor. Look up hashtag Rise and Grind on Facebook. We would love to have you. We're over 30,000 members strong. It's all about motivation, education, and inspiration. I am also the creator and founder of the 800% Club, which is a way that I serve the automotive industry. I work with general managers and owners of car dealerships all across the country, and the 800% Club is something spectacular. The reason I'm sharing it with you this morning is we are getting ready to start our next 800% class on November 4th. It is filling up fast. If you are an owner, a GM, a leader in the auto industry, you need to come join us. It's going to be incredible. But don't take my word for it. Check out my boy John Paul Guidry and what he has to say about 800%.
Hey guys, this is Jean-Paul Guidry. I've been with the 800% Club since day one, probably going right on a year. It's really nice to be in a room where everyone else is a lot smarter than you are, and they handle these type of problems regularly. Me being one of the smaller dealers, it's really nice to be able to network with all these wonderful people. I highly recommend 800% Club to others. I've owned my own business for 19 years and really hadn't had a boss in a long time, and being held accountable to growth and changing things and becoming more successful and having, that inner fire lit again has been absolutely amazing. It's like no other training. It's not stereotypical running the numbers with a 20 group. It's pretty much different strategies, different culture, how to create culture, different marketing techniques. I don't think there's anything that we don't really go over to learn more to better our dealerships.
So look, if you want to be a part of the club, just let me know. Message me. You know where to find me. I'm pretty easy to find these days. That's my man, John Paul Guidry. Been running with him for over a year. He's an amazing superhuman. But I would love for you to come join us. We start again November 4th. You need to be a part of that. Now is the time. It truly is a blast. This week on hashtag Rise and Grind, we've been doing this series called Haunted House, and we've been going back and looking through the things in our past that might be holding us back or might be limiting us, might be keeping us from achieving the greatness that exists inside of us. And so if you missed any episodes of hashtag Rise and Grind this week, I highly suggest you go back. You can go back and listen on our podcast, the hashtag Rise and Grind podcast. You can go watch on YouTube. All of the previous episodes are on YouTube. Or of course, you can go to the hashtag Rise and Grind Facebook group and you can find the previous episodes right there in the announcements, whichever way you want to go. Today, though, is a super special one because today we've got my man Albert. His last name's not really Couture, but that's what his brand is, Albert Couture, which is an incredible brand. And so Albert's going to join us today, and this is a guy who has burned down his old haunted house and now is making massive waves in the clothing industry with his custom suits and more. The one and only Mr. Albert Couture. He's going to join us today. I can't wait to introduce you to him. Before we do that, though, you know there's something we got to do on this show every morning. Super, super important. We got to get the body in motion. We got to do some dancing. That's right. We got to do some dancing. So for those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, Brad Smith, to hit that share button. What's up, Terrell Lake? This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. As a matter of fact, I know we've got some 5:30 a.m. Pacific viewers that are watching every day at 5:30 a.m. Pacific, and I want to say good morning to them. So what's up, Harlan Bauer, Bobby Nijas, Robert Miglasio, what's up, Julio Soto, Janet Dyer, Shelly Jean, Bill Cuevas, we've got Kathy Camacho Hawkins, Frank Sagasta, Heather Geis, Krista Gonzalez, Lynn Saracen, Eddie Brown, Carol Feely, Stacy Stockford, Tina Carroll, Leanne, Greg Walker, Sanjay Gupta, Chris Roberts, and then the people that are watching with us live right now, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Paul Huber, Don Sankey, Scott Simons, what's up? Ray Hatcher, how are you? We've got Kim Fair in here, Lisa Glass Brady in here this morning, Ray Hatcher, packed house. What's up, Diana? Oh, Diana, that's a new last name. I haven't seen that one. You're going to have to help me on that one. Gadamapur? I don't know. Terry Collins. What's up, Tabitha Wells? Jeff Baker, Suzanne Waugh, John Gayheimer. We've got Gail B. Craft, Jeff Baker, Vicky Everett, Brandon Ritchie. Good morning. What's up, Emily Gowler? Good morning. Emily, I don't know if we got your size. My wife sent me an email yesterday and she doesn't have your size. We got to send you some gear. So would you do me a favor and message me your size or email my wife, even better. What's up, Kim Fair? What's up, Bobby Gladu, Ray Hatcher, Amanda Sanders up in here, Robert Downey, Leisha Walt, Tony Thorstad. Great talking to you yesterday. Robert Downey's up in here, Spencer Nicholson. We got everybody up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind, including Scott Marziani. Great to see you. And Liza Myers Borges. Great to see you as well. Hey, today is the last day. We've been raising money for my friend Bobby Nijas, Rise and Grind member. She's also the owner of My Pink Navigator, and she's been on a mission to make women who are battling breast cancer make their journey way, way, way better. And we've been raising money and awareness for her all month long, selling these t-shirts. I've got 13 t-shirts left. If you haven't gone and got one yet, please go and get one. But today is our last day raising money for Bobby and her organization. So if you've been thinking about supporting that, if you've been thinking about dropping some stars, but you haven't done it yet, go ahead and do it now. Just click the button, drop the stars. We've raised $8,000, almost $8,000 for Bobby over the last 28 days. The goal is $10,000. We're $2,000 short. Drop your stars, drop them now. Go buy a t-shirt if you want to go do that. However you want to support it. We just need you. All right? We need you. With that said, I cannot wait to introduce you to Albert, dude. There's nothing like this guy. He's just an incredible, incredible human being. So with no further ado, I want to introduce you to the one and only Mr. Albert. I'm not going to say your last name right, so I'm just going to call you Albert Couture the entire time because I love that name. I think it's sexy anyway. Well, what's up, Albert? Welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Dude, you're always so humble and so calm and so cool. Dude, for those of you that don't know, this guy, Albert, right here, he is the creator of this incredible ensemble that you see me wearing right here with the Rise and Grind cross I got the custom lining, the purple jacket. He taught me that purple and blue go together. I got brown belt. Like, he's got me rocking and rolling. He created all of this guy right here. You make me look sexy, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Listen, it's a pleasure. I'm glad to, take care of you. That's what keeps me going, is seeing you happy and fit and feeling good, something about that.
There is something about that, man. I feel you, man. Like, being able to support, make other people feel different, unique, and special. And you did this from the get-go. So I met you at Joseph A. Bank, right? I'm in there. I'm buying the 2-for-1, one size fits all suits, right? And I would walk in. You guys got to understand how Albert works, right? So Albert's a heck of a salesperson, I'll tell you that. So I would walk in, and Albert would be like, "Glenn, what do you need? Where are you speaking at? What's going on? Tell me about Rise and Grind," right? And he would just make me feel like the only person that exists on the planet. And then I would just step back. And Albert, he would look me up and down. He'd be like, "Okay, you're a 41 long." He knew my sizes. He knew everything. And then he would go and grab all kinds of different clothes and put them all together, shirts with belts, with pants, and then he would tell me a story. He would say, "Okay, Glenn, you're walking onto the stage, and the people that you're going to be around, these are the owners, right? You're going to be around the owners of the dealership. So we need to show that you're professional, but at the same time, you're not better than them. You don't think you're better than them. So we've got to drop you down just a little bit. No tie. You're going to fluff this up." Like, he would tell me a story behind every outfit. Now, how do you not buy the outfit after Albert tells you a story like that? And then he'd give me a great deal on all the clothes. So, Albert, we met there. Now, fast forward.
Yes.
You are now, like, you've got your own entire clothing line. It's called Albert Couture. It's completely custom to fit every single person. And I got to show you guys something before we go deep into Albert. So when I just bought some customs, you guys saw the suits. So Albert, dude, this guy pays attention to detail. So if you look, for those of you guys that are listening on the podcast, I'm holding a little box here. So when I bought suits from Albert, not only did I get suits that say Albert Couture and shoes that say Albert Couture and the bag that says Albert Couture and a carry travel bag that says Albert Couture, but he gave me this shoe polish that says Albert Couture. And when you open up the shoe polish that says Albert Couture, on the little jar of polish, it says Albert Couture. I don't know if you can see that. It's on the polish. It's on the little brushes that he gave me, Albert Couture. I mean, you want to talk about attention to detail. And this is a guy who's only been in business. I mean, you haven't been in business that long. So how did you get from Joseph A. Bank to the most incredible custom suit clothing company I've ever seen in my life?
Yeah, definitely. It's been repetition. I think I've always been that guy that I always knew since Joseph A. Bank that I could offer a little bit more, but I just did not know way or how I was going to do it. But before that was one thing that also helped me is the background that I come from, which is my mother herself, which I'm very blessed to have, that raised me. And she was in the fashion industry. She taught fashion, and she was also a tailor herself. So, and being around that your whole life, and also being able to understand that I did not choose this industry. The industry kind of chose me in some way. And I I was always being that guy since high school, that I remember they gave me a prize in high school. It's one of the best dressed high school guys in Lexington. I did not even know you could get a gift like that, and it was kind of weird. But I saw that there was potential because I would go to places like New York and all that, and Lexington and everybody. I mean, the United States itself has always been a little bit behind when it comes to menswear. But I wanted to offer more than just product and suits or whatever I'm offering. I wanted to find a way to find that client, to find the right client, to find the right product, and put those two pieces together without even me trying. So it took me from when I found out that idea, I knew that it took me from there about 6 years now, still going, that I actually was able to know how to build a business, know how to create a product, know how to find clients, know how to market the product, know how to change my mindset. Like you always mentioned, right? It's reverse engineer everything that I've always known growing up. And then I started off by spending money, Glenn, with people to teach me how to build companies, with people to teach me how to market. And without even nothing, no product, nothing, I was just spending money, and I was buying every book. I was like eating every single serving up. I did not care. So I spent over $20,000 or so. And I was a high school, I'm a college student, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have money. Like, so, but once you decide and once you find your focus point, people in life are always looking for their purpose. I don't think you should look for a purpose. I think you have a purpose already. You should just look for the placement of that purpose to shine even brighter. And that's the thing, right? So for me I knew my purpose. I just did not know what platform to put it on, right? So, Joseph A. Bank has always been the place in town where, this is where people go. Like, I did not afford Joseph A. Bank. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go there and ask for a job. And I really did not really need a job there. But I put my ego on the side, went over there. They said they were not hiring. I kept going every week, Glenn, for 2 months. Every week. I would walk there. Yes, exactly. They would tell me, we're not hiring. I went there for every day. So I told them, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a salesperson. Just let me fold some clothes. Like, I just don't want to be around you guys, and that's it. And finally they gave up, and I mean, persistent, really, really cute, persistent. And I got in there and I was like, wow, I'm going to start. So I started folding clothes. My job was folding clothes for $8 an hour, and it was for 8 hours a day, just walking around that little box area and folding those clothes. And I saw something. I saw that these guys who were selling, you guys stuff were not really, for them, it was a paycheck,
Right.
So I took notes, listened closely. I learned about the company, where they were going. I looked at the stocks. I looked at every single thing. And I found out where they were getting the product, where they manufacturing the product. And then I started asking questions. This reminders would come in. I'll ask him about, what are your goals? What are you doing? Where do you get your product from? How do you improve your clients? Where do you see yourself going? So I started asking questions that most of the employees were not asking as a sales assistant. And over time, I started hijacking sales from salesmen, because when I would see that they were presenting you the wrong product, I would come in. I'm like, actually, this is actually the better product, and then kind of like, hijack their sales in some way.
Right.
And then, but I wasn't really hijacking their sales. I started making them money. So they got comfortable and they got lazier. So my first year, Joseph A. Bank, So my first experience, my first year was, I think I made over $1 million in sales for these guys.
Wow.
And yes, and I was like, okay, so I know I can do it. But I was like, okay, since I know that I can do it, I got to give myself at least 6 months to see if I can hit managerial, some type of managerial. If not, then I'm not ready to be on my own. So, man, I every day I just started working hard, but just I started reading books on Seth Gordon, like the linchpin and
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
And just to find that potential. How do you make yourself at this time, Glenn? Not to cut you, I was also working on Lowe's and mixing paint. So, so I was selling suits and mixing paint at the same time to kind of pay my bills because $8 an hour, like I couldn't survive with that.
Right.
So yeah, so I was mixing paint and so creating my network. So when I left Lowe's, I made sure that when I leave, when my guys came into Lowe's, they felt my presence, even if I wasn't there. When those
Mm.
clients, those business owners, and all those people came in, they would ask me first. So I had all this network of people that I could leverage, and then I would tell them, "Come to Joseph A. Bank, and I will take care of you guys this time, but with a different product." So they started coming in, and I started taking care of them there. So when I was promoted to my first sales position, I actually had clients coming from Lowe's who have never been in that location in their lives, but they would come there just because of me. And
That's
so
incredible, man.
I started bringing, instead of just waiting for people walking through the door, I brought people there. I brought more business. And what happened was people started tipping me. So people would buy $100 shirt and tip me $20. People. So it was weird for the company to see that because it was like in the employee handbook, they didn't have any policy on tipping. So I would walk out every week with like $500 in tips. Plus commissions and base pay. So
Amazing.
I was making a lot more than the manager himself,
Right, right.
So they were like, okay, you know what? I think this guy, and it got scary for them. They felt like they've always knew that I was building something, but they did not know what. So over time, they started seeing it. Like I would come in and I'll have my website ready. I'll come in and I'll do this, and I started telling them because I have nothing to hide. I'm the linchpin factor. I was bringing in this, so they would just their goal to initiate was to find a way to keep me longer.
Right, right.
So,
Sure.
but I was always determined to, I would come in late sometimes because I was buying a car so I can start selling suit in the in the trunk of my car, right? So,
Right.
and then so they would get really upset at that. But the other thing that I did at Joseph A. Bank that kind of made me, that kind of helped was with guys, clients. You guys would come in and. You guys didn't have to call the store to find out what was going on, right? I had to reach out to you guys and keep you guys updated, even go out of my way, out of my, my own dollar to drive out and deliver product
Yeah.
for you guys already.
Yeah.
So I was already testing the system that I have in my business
Gotcha.
under someone else's banner,
Right.
right? So yeah, so I knew it could work. I knew it was possible to charge this much. It was possible to deliver. It was possible to, but the only thing that was missing is the quality. It was
Right.
the service. It was, so once I understood that I wasn't selling suit, I was selling an experience. I was selling, I was selling a lifestyle. Then everything changed for me, right? So I did not know this year was the year that I was going to open and start running the business. It was early 2020 of January that I started planning on, I don't know if I want to be here,
Yeah.
but end of January, early February, then I kind of left the place and I had a client through network that had a place for me downtown. They said, "Hey, Albert, you can get this place and jump on and get started." So, man, I jumped on right away, and then I put my 2 weeks in, 3 weeks, and they were not happy, Glenn. So fast forwarding, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure they weren't happy. You're
Yeah,
selling
yeah.
experiences, millions of dollars in clothes. You've
Yeah,
got
you
clients
see,
coming back. They're wanting to tip you. They love the experience so much. Of
yeah.
course, they don't
So,
want you to go anywhere.
so people started calling me when I quit. And they were like, "Hey,
Like
Albert,
me.
I haven't seen a just my bag. What's good?" I was like, "Hey, man, I don't work there anymore, man." But I started small. In my new place, I had about what I 4 suits, and but I knew I had to go. I knew it wasn't about what I had; it was where I was going. I saw that, and I was able to capitalize on that very quickly, and it showed in people. It showed in me through me, and so and I just started. I had clients from my Joseph A. Bank, though,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna come in," and I was priming this grand opening. I had the mayor and all that. Everybody would come in, and I had bought, like, I did some cross marketing other businesses to come in, like,
Right.
let's do an event together because I don't have that much cash. And all of a sudden, COVID hit,
Yeah.
and I had about close to about 50 people coming, clients, potential clients coming in already, and already making appointments. All that, everybody had to
Yeah.
cancel and not show up, and then we had to shut down the whole, operation. I had no money but expenses now, because now I was like,
Sure. Sure.
I was like, okay, I don't have any loan. I don't have any business loan. I don't have anything. I have 4 suits or something in my shop,
All right.
and no money. I got a bunch of champagne.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, I was like, okay, but at the same time, something, some way, I, at that very moment, until you remind me that you bring up the word failure, it doesn't really ring in my mind that I'm failing. I don't even know that I'm failing when I'm failing, right?
Right.
I
I
just, I
know what you
just
mean.
go,
Yeah.
yeah, I just go through it. And then until
Yeah.
somebody brings up the story, I'm like, oh, actually, that could be some sort of failure, but it wasn't. I
Yeah.
think for me, it was more of an experiment of just like, this is just part of the game of
Yeah.
where I want to go to.
Everything's a win. Even when we're losing, we're winning, right? That's the winner's mindset. Winners win. That's what
Yeah.
they do, and they see everything as a win. Dude, you just unpacked so much right
Yeah.
there in 15 minutes. I hope you guys took notes. If you missed any of that, make sure you
Yes.
go back. What he just unpacked, the way that he created his business, the experience that he offered, the
Yeah.
relentlessness with which he knocked on the door, the fact that he said, don't search for your purpose, search for the placement of your purpose. That's incredible. Do what it takes. Fold the clothes for $8 an hour. Go work at Lowe's, mix and paint at the same
Yeah.
time, but always
Yeah.
know where you're going, even though you're not
Yeah.
there yet. Know where
Yeah.
you're going and
Yeah.
deliver over the top. What's up, Jim Fitzpatrick? Great to see you. Right? Incredible stuff. Dude, we're already like 15 minutes into this thing. We haven't even got to the meat and potatoes. So we're going to hang out here for a little while. We're going to take you guys over on your mornings, and I apologize if you've got to like get out of here and you got to go, but you're going to miss out. I highly suggest you don't go nowhere. But if you have to, know that I love you. Have an amazing weekend, so on and so forth, and I'll see you on Monday. We're going to do this all over again. Dude, I got to go back. Like, we haven't even gone back in time yet, dude. Where are
Yes.
you? Where are you from, man? Where were you
Yeah.
born? How were you raised? I need to learn a little bit about that.
Of course, definitely. I was born in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and which is right in the heart of Africa. You won't miss it at all. And some people know that place for diamonds. But I was born in 1992, and this was in between that little, I would say some sort of civil that was happening in the country, and I was born around that area. I didn't really get to, fortunately, experience, crazy, stories like other people have from the Congo. But I was born in the city of Lubumbashi, which is very industrial, and I come from a family of 10. So I got two older sisters, and I got four brothers and three little brothers. And so when we left the Congo,
Do that again.
because
Two little sisters.
I'm a two older sister, four older brothers, and three little brothers. So that's total of 10. I'm the seven.
Number 7 out
Yeah,
of 10.
yeah, yes, I'm the
Dang.
seven.
Make
Yeah,
me
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like an
yeah.
underachiever over here. All right. All right. So
Yeah,
10
so
total.
yeah, 10 total. So I come from a huge family, very competitive, a lot of boys. And I wasn't the smartest kid in the family. I've always been that kid that always, I was very from the early age. I had, health issues. I wasn't doing well since I was born, and it was one of those things where the mother had to put more attention in it. And all that stuff. So moving forward, I got a little bit more better. When we left the Congo, we went to Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe is a little bit down south of it's on the south side of Africa. It's close
Hmm.
to South Africa, between Zambia and all that. So we were there. We left the Congo in the middle of the night during a war zone, basically, and we had to like lay down in this little shuttle bus and take out the
How
seat.
old were
And
you?
I was about 8 years old at that time, so I was
So
old
it's
enough
you, your
to go.
mom, and nine
So
other kids all making a
so we
break for
left
it.
in increments. So we left in increments because we could all not fit. So dad had to leave the oldest ones back because they were able to understand what was going on. But
Yeah.
it took us the youngest one. So it was about my sister, my brother, and my little brother, and then the last two bones, they're twins. They were born in Zimbabwe, so we didn't have them yet. And then so it was four of us, dad, and then I went to the borders and fled. You hear cries of people and all that stuff, but
Hmm.
it was very interesting. So around that time, you get to kind of see, you start at 8 years old, you start to understand, you you start to find the search of meaning of life, right? Like,
Mm.
wow, why to understand what the difference between evil and good, right? I had to understand that at a very early age, not through books, through just sight, right?
Yeah.
And so we went to Zimbabwe. We were in the refugee camp, and so going from you have a stable life, your parents, your mom, she's the designer, she's the professor, she's doing this and all that, and then through actually completely, you know, going backwards, it's more than backwards into the refugee camp to where you
Mm.
have to wait every once a month to to get the food that you need, right?
Wow.
So it was very, very interesting. So you learn how to survive, and adapt to your environment. It was
Mm.
we would eat once a day, and that was it. And I still have those tendency today. I go
Right.
like, what? This breakfast? Like what?
Right.
Forget that. I mean, I'm working. And so your brain gets rewired constantly over time, and it's very powerful how powerful it can rewire your brain so strong
Mm.
to where like your whole life, you will never come out of that hole until you will completely start rewind your brain again. To get to the level that I'm at today, I just had to think about how much books I've read, how much network I've built constantly over and over time again to get rid of that, right? So went from there from Zimbabwe. We left Zimbabwe at
So hold on real quick.
yes,
So, and you're referring to the like a poverty mindset, right? So you
yes,
go from everything's kind of, normal, you're living in the Congo,
yes,
life is what it is.
yes,
It's a war zone. You guys sneak out in the middle of the
yes,
night. Your dad has to take in groups because y'all got so many kids. Older kids got to stay behind. Younger kids run with dad. You're laying on the ground. There's war going on around you. You hear the screams of
yes,
people. You make it through to a refugee camp. Now
yes,
your whole family, everybody's in a refugee camp where you're eating once a day. You're
yes,
getting food once a month, right?
yes.
And you can't really go anywhere. You can't because
No.
there's war all around and,
Yeah.
and just completely impoverished lifestyle. And how long did you guys stay in that?
So 1999 to 2006. Well,
Whoa,
yeah.
7 years?
So we were so we were yes. So but from time to time, I think my parents found ways to
Wow.
Yes, but my mother again found a way to leave the refugee camp from time to time and go to the city and start sewing and doing alterations. So
Mm,
we were able to kind of run out and go to school in the city in Harare, is the capital city of Zimbabwe. If you guys know Zimbabwe very well, and we would go to school. That's when we learned English, right? So I spoke Swahili and French before then, and Lingala. I spoke, I think, three languages, and then uh, again, English was when I learned English, and then in Zimbabwe. And so there was a point where my mother was not able to afford our tuition because
mhm.
we're getting older and etc. And from time to time, we had to report back into the refugee camp. But then I would I always wanted to go to school, and I did. I was a swimmer. I was, very active, and I loved, my friends. So what I would do is I found a way to go to we call them headmasters here. You guys call them principals. I
Mhm.
would go to, say, listen, over there, if you can't afford tuition, you can't go to school. So I would go to them and tell them, hey, it's tough. It's a tough situation right now, and I know I'm not the only one. I'm with parents who are going through a tough situation, but I love the school. I want to keep coming to school, so I'm going to offer you an opportunity. I know as a district we're last in when it comes to artistics, and all that stuff. But I can offer you. He's like, I'm going to become yes, I'll become the best artist you could ever had, right? You ever had, and I'm gonna put the school back on the map. On one occasion, okay, let me go to school for free, you know, and if, as long as I'm drawing for you, and we are good to go. And then he was like, okay, fine, I'll give you a shot, kid. And he gave me a shot, and then that's how I got into sketching.
Yeah.
And
And there
and
you
he's
go,
like,
selling the
and
experience again. You're painting a
yeah,
picture for
yeah,
him of a
yes,
future state that doesn't currently exist yet, but you're
ex-
painting that picture in order to not manipulate, but in order to
yes,
shift the narrative to where he's
yes,
going to ultimately do what you want him to do, which is
yes,
let you go to school. That's amazing,
yes,
man. That's
yes.
amazing. So, how do you guys go from there to? So you're there 2006, and then how do you end up over here in the States?
The way it works is the difference between refugee and immigrants is just refugees get resentment. So countries like NATO countries will come in into third world countries and say, "Hey, we want this amount of family, this amount of diversity to go to this amount of place," right? So what they do is they understand that when they polarize an environment with new culture and new diversity and new mindset, there's more likely to be a growth in economy, whether it's business. I know I think 80% or 70% of immigrants or refugees are more likely to become entrepreneurs. So they understand those concepts because they understand when you come from nothing and you have other opportunity around, you want to make the best out of everything.
Yeah, amen.
So yeah, so now, what happened is we had Australia. So we on this list, Glenn. It's like a huge list of family. There's over hundreds of thousands of families in this camp.
Right?
And you don't even know. Yeah, and so it's like a 1% chance for you to get chosen to lead the camp. So you just
Wow.
it's a hopeful list that probably you should never probably think about, right? You
Right.
just live your life. You're probably
Right.
gonna die there. It's fine. So we have Australia, and you gotta keep finding. I mean, keep following your case through the UNICEF, which is it's a department under United Nations
Yeah.
that
So it's like a lottery
oversees.
ticket, basically.
It is like a lottery ticket in of some sort, and but it's called a resentment. And a resentment basically they'll come in, they'll say, "Hey, this is what we need. Uh, this is where we need them to go, and etc." You have no choice. So as a refugee they don't get to choose where they go for, and an immigrant gets to choose and gets to
Gotcha.
say, "Listen, I want to go here because this is where it's gonna be best for me." But for me,
Right.
I don't have those rights. Everything has been
Right.
stripped out. So. Anyways, so Australia came in, and then we were very excited. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna get you guys to go to Australia, da, 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 etc." And then so we started going through this checkup of medical checkup and all that stuff. But then me, the non-healthy kid, I don't know.
Hmm.
I didn't have enough. I wasn't healthy enough to travel. I needed things like blood transfusion, which I never even realized because like people go to the doctor once a year here or
Right,
twice. Like
right,
nobody goes to the doctor in other countries unless you're very sick. That's
right.
it. So like you don't know that you're sick. So I was
Sure.
one of those kids, and then the doctor like, well, we can't have you guys travel to Australia yet because you have a child, Albert, who's ill, and we need to like he needs blood transfusion, and so but which requires money. And so, how are you going to do it? We don't know. So, I had a doctor from London, England, that came in and vouched for the family through the United Nations to pay for the whole entire, yeah,
Wow.
to pay for the entire blood transfusion. I was in the hospital for 3 days.
Wow. God is
Yes,
good. God is
I had
good.
like
God is good.
yes, I had 4 packs. I remember I couldn't drink anything with salt. I couldn't eat anything with salt, and it was terrible. And then so it was a very interesting experience. So when I was in the hospital, we missed our trip to go to Australia.
Oh man.
So yeah, so my family were devastated. So that doctor again came in and vouched for us. Say, listen, I have a family that's supposed to go to Australia, but they dismissed the trip. What we're gonna do is, he's like, if you can do them a favor, what is the next list? What is the next trip? Whatever country it is, they will take it. We have to get them out of here, and and that country just happened to be the USNA,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, so it is. So being able to change, and I understood like, wow, like one child, I was able to change everyone's destiny in my family, right?
Mm,
Just because I was unhealthy, maybe for the right reason, maybe for the wrong reason. So one thing I learned from that experience was sometimes you get this bad, situation that you see as bad, but we forget to be thankful for those situations because sometimes there's a reason why I had to be sick, right? So,
right.
if I wasn't sick, I would never have met Rise and Grind and vice versa, right? It's so important to understand the domino and how everything in the universe is connected, how your mindset, your thoughts are connected to ether, how your, air, travels, and sound travels to air. Ether is the same way, it transport mindsets and thoughts and all that stuff. I had to understand how the universe was very much connected, and
I love that,
and
man. I love
right,
that. So one person can alter and change,
yeah, yeah,
everything. And what you may be seeing as a weakness can actually be the tool that the
yeah,
universe is using to point you into a path and a destiny for greatness, right? A destiny for
yes,
great. Albert, man, we've got to rock. I could talk to you forever.
right.
Literally, you're one of my favorite humans on the planet. Regretfully
Thank you so
we
much.
do have some
Thank you so
time
much.
constraints, but I want you to do something
Yeah.
before we hop out of here, okay?
Yes.
Because I mean, your story is just incredible. You guys go follow Albert Lukanga, right? Albert underscore Lukanga, Lukonga. You can follow him
Yes.
on Instagram. You can
Yes.
Google search Albert Couture, just
Yes.
like this right here, Couture. If you Google search that, it'll pull up all of his stuff and you can connect with him that way as well. I want you to do those things. Please, I want you to blow him up today. If you haven't hit the share button already, please hit the share button. Everyone needs to know Albert. They need to hear pieces of this story. And maybe we'll just bring you back here in a few weeks or something so we can dig in even deeper. But something I want you to do real quick, Albert. I'm
Yes.
going to put you up on top of a mountain real quick, all right?
Yes.
So you're up on top of a mountain, and all of civilization is at the base of the mountain. And they're
Yes.
cheering for you. They're going, Albert, 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 Albert. And somebody walks over and they hand you a microphone.
Yes.
And they tell you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to drop some practical application wisdom, something that people can apply in their lives today, this week, this month, this year. What are you going to tell them?
Yes. Two. I want to split it up in two. Okay. Business and then personal. One will be to understand that it's I'm motivated by death. I don't think you should be motivated by anything else but the end of life, right? As long as you are here and you're breathing, you need to take every single opportunity that you can get to not help yourself, but help others first. When you put others first, there's something about that it's the universe responds in the way of what you do to others shall be done to you yourself. And that is completely true. And I learned that through personal business. I don't talk about my business. I just focus on my clients, and then everything else kind of falls through. Right? Think about them every day in the best place possible. You pray for them if you have to. You do whatever it takes, right, to take care of those guys, because without them, there's nothing. And the other thing is also, you need to understand that when you change your mind, everything starts here. When you change your mind, the body changes. When the body changes, your family changes, your surrounding. When your surrounding changes, your community changes. When your community changes, your city changes. When your city changes, your state, and your state, the nation, the whole entire civilization. Nothing comes from without. Everything starts from within. Whether it's, whether if you're sick, if you are not doing well in business, if you're doing great, it doesn't matter. You have to change your thoughts, and some way, somehow your body responds to that, right? But and it really is powerful. And the other thing is also being connected to people who are better and greater than you. There's something called osmosis that you can learn from, right? It's learn by people. We learn through friction. When you are around people who, example, who are not drinkers and you're a drinker, you're eventually not going to become a drinker. So being able to find the right people around you that can impact your life in a positive manner, whether it's your wife, your husband, your kids, your best friends, it's very, very, very powerful. And lastly, being able, and this is the true dip, like you have to understand how much you are willing to give up for what you really want. You cannot, the true cause of your business. You know why you're not getting clients. You know why you are not healthy. You know why your marriage is not. You know the truth. You yourself know the truth, but you don't want to. You know the truth, but you don't want to look at the truth because it's dark and scary, and it frightens you. You don't want people to criticize you and judge you and all that. But to tell you the truth, nobody really cares as much as yourself, right? You have to care yourself before anything else, and that's it. And for me,
Amazing,
that's all. Once you know that, you can do anything. I feel like, yeah.
Motivated by death. Help
Yes.
others first.
Yes.
Everything starts from within. Connect with people that are better than you, not better than you like we're all, but better than
No.
you at whatever you're trying to
Yeah.
do, right?
Exactly.
Understand and be honest with yourself. What is the truth?
Yes.
Tell yourself the truth. And
Yes.
what are you willing to give up in order to achieve at the levels that you want to achieve, bro?
Yes. Yes.
All of that. Incredible.
Yes.
Powerful. Your story is incredible. You're incredible.
you.
I'm so thankful
Yes.
that you happened to I'm so thankful that the universe took you from the refugee camps of the Congo, allowed you to be sick and miss your window to go to Australia, to
Yes.
ultimately bring you to the United States of America,
Yes.
to where you could land in Lexington, Kentucky, so that I could meet you at a Joseph A. Bank,
Thanks, though. Yes.
so
yes.
that you could not only make me feel amazing in my
Yeah.
clothes and in my own skin, but to share this incredible experience with me this morning
Yes.
and with all of my family, my Rise and Grind family that I spend every day with. We're so thankful for you. Dude, you're an amazing human being,
Thank you.
clearly
Thank
uniquely
you so
made.
much.
The God of
Yes.
the universe is doing amazing things with you. And I'm so thankful for you, brother. I
Thank you.
love you so very much,
Thank you
man.
so much. I love you too, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much for everything you've done.
Oh,
Yes,
dude,
thank you.
you're
Yes.
awesome. Hang tight for
All
just a
right.
second. That's Albert Couture. Can you believe this guy? I mean, dude, we're already way over. I'm seriously. Maybe we just need to do a full on documentary with Albert. We just need to spend hours and hours with him because he's incredible. If you haven't done so already, share this out. Somebody needs it. Tag a friend. Do all of those things. Listen to the words, listen to the story, absorb it, process it, right? Absorb it, process it, and apply it. Don't just walk away from today's show and go back out into the world doing the same thing you did coming in, right? Take action. Take one piece, and take action because you too have greatness inside you. And like Albert said, it all starts right here, right? It all starts right here, making the commitment level to move to no matter what, know that you're gonna win. Right? That's the thing about Albert. That's the theme through his whole thing. You notice that? Through the whole thing. He knew he was gonna win. It didn't matter what how the pieces had to come together to get there. He just knows he's gonna win. And that winning mentality is powerful, my friends. You should have it as well because you are an amazing human being, a child of God, the God of the universe, God that made everything, made you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Not average, not above average, not a little bit below, but the absolute best. So start making the decisions today that are going to move you in that direction. Have an amazing weekend, and then do me a huge favor and come back here again Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. You guys are amazing. Have an incredible day, and we'll see ya.